Only Lovers Left Alive is a 2013 British-German romantic drama vampire film written and directed by Jim Jarmusch, starring Tom Hiddleston, Tilda Swinton, Mia Wasikowska, John Hurt, and Jeffrey Wright. It was nominated for the Palme d'Or at the 2013 Cannes Film Festival. Plot: after living for centuries and influencing the careers of countless famous musicians and scientists, vampire Adam has become a reclusive musician. He spends his days recording albums on outdated studio equipment and lamenting the state of the modern world while he sulks in a dilapidated house in a deserted Detroit neighborhood. He has become convinced that humanity is doomed and continually refers to humans as zombies. Adam survives on blood bank donations regularly supplied by Dr. Watson, who is happy to take Adam's money and not ask any questions. Having acquired substantial amounts of scientific knowledge over the years, the vampire has managed to build contraptions to power both his home and vintage sports car with technology originally pioneered by Nikola Tesla. Despite his reclusive nature, he is immensely wealthy and remains a popular musician. His many fans endlessly speculate about his whereabouts and real identity. Adam is horrified when a few of them turn up on his doorstep one night having figured out his address. He ignores them and they go away. The vampire also pays Ian, a naive human rock and roll kid, to bring him various vintage guitars and recording equipment. One night, Adam asks him to track down a wooden bullet for, as he puts it, a project. Ian fulfills this request and Adam loads it into a small pistol. He contemplates suicide but a video phone call from his wife, Eve, convinces him not to go through with his plans. Eve has spent the past several years living in Tangier where she purchases her blood supply from another vampire, Christopher Marlowe. Fearing for Adam's life, she flies to Detroit. The lovers unite and are content enjoying each other's company, eating blood popsicles, playing chess, dancing to music at home, and driving around the city at night. Then, a short time later, Eve's younger sister, Ava, arrives from Los Angeles and shatters the couple's idyllic seclusion. After a night out at a local club, Ava kills Ian by drinking all of his blood, and she is kicked out of the house by Adam. Adam and Eve dispose of Ian's corpse in an abandoned factory. Ian's murder, in addition to a growing number of Adam's fans continually trekking out to the house, forces the couple to hastily return to Tangier. Experiencing blood withdrawal, they discover that their longtime friend and mentor Marlowe has fallen ill due to a bad batch of blood. After revealing that he secretly penned most of Shakespeare's plays, he dies. Running low on finances and with no blood supply to curb their cravings, the couple spot a pair of young lovers kissing. "What choice do we have?" Adam remarks before the two of them approach the couple with their fangs out. Cast: Tom Hiddleston as Adam, Tilda Swinton as Eve, Mia Wasikowska as Ava, John Hurt as Marlowe, Jeffrey Wright as Dr. Watson, Anton Yelchin as Ian, Slimane Dazi as Bilal, Yasmin Hamdan as Yasmin, Whitehills as themselves. Production: in August 2010, Jarmusch said that Swinton, Michael Fassbender, Mia Wasikowska, and John Hurt had agreed to join the film, described by Jarmusch in May 2011 as a crypto-vampire love story, but he did not have financing yet. Financing the film was a difficult process for the director, and he explained at the film's world premiere at the Cannes International Film Festival in May 2013 that, "It's getting more and more difficult for films that are a little unusual, or not predictable, or don't satisfy people's expectations of something." Jarmusch revealed in 2014 that, after 7 years of frustration, Swinton said to him, "That's good news, it means that now is not the time. It will happen when it needs to happen." The film was eventually financed by producer Jeremy Thomas's international sales entity Hanway Films. It also received contributions towards its $7 million budget from Greek financier Christos V. Konstantokopoulos, the German NRW Filmstiftung Regional Fund, and the Michigan, U.S. Film Incentive. Thomas later said that Jarmusch is one of the great American independent filmmakers. He's the last of the line. People are not coming through like that anymore. In January 2012, Tom Hiddleston replaced Fassbender prior to the beginning of filming. A film began shooting in June 2012 in numerous locations, in the Brush Park district of Detroit, Michigan, U.S., Tangier, Morocco, and Hamburg and Cologne, Germany. The total duration of filming was 7 weeks. The film is one of several Jarmusch productions, alongside films such as Night on Earth, in which the action mainly occurs at nighttime. Swinton stated after the film's release, "Jim is pretty much nocturnal, so the nightscape is pretty much his palette. There's something about things glowing in the darkness that feels to me really Jim Jarmusch. He's a rock star." Soundtrack: Jarmusch's band Scowl, primarily responsible for the film's score, opens the film with a version of Wanda Jack's unregistered trademark S 1961 song "Oe Funnel of Love". Other contributors to the soundtrack are Zola Jesus and Lebanese vocalist Yasmin Hamdan, while Dutch lute player Jots van Wissem's compositions formed a core element of the film's overall aural aesthetic. During the week of the soundtrack album's release, in April 2014, Van Wissem explained, "I know the way Jarmusch makes his films is kind of like a musician. He has music in his head when unregistered trademark S writing a script, so unregistered trademark S more informed by Eternal Thing than it is by anything else. I feel that unregistered trademark M sort of political. Jim unregistered trademark S film is anti-contemporary society. And the lute goes against all technology and against all computers and against all the shit you don't unregistered trademark T need." Van Wissem also described the film as a very personal film, maybe even autobiographical, further explaining that Jim is a cultural sponge, he absorbs everything. A concert was held at the Santos Party House venue in New York City, U.S. in April 2014 to celebrate the release of Jarmusch's 11th feature film. During the Santos event, Jesus performed with Van Wissem on both a pseudo-Gregoriana piece from the film's soundtrack and an unrecorded collaboration. Release: in April 2013, the film was added to the 2013 Cannes Film Festival in the competition section. It was shown at several film festivals, such as the September 2013 Toronto International Film Festival, 4 screenings at the September-October 2013 Reykjavik International Film Festival, and as an opening film for the 4th American Film Festival held in Reykjavik, Poland. The film was officially released in the United Kingdom on February 21, 2014, and opened in the United States on April 11, 2014. Reception: critical response: Only Lovers Left Alive received positive reviews from critics. Rotten Tomatoes gives the film a score of 87% based on 104 reviews. The critical consensus states that worth watching for Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton's performances alone. Only Lovers Left Alive finds writer-director Jim Jarmusch adding a typically offbeat entry to the vampire genre. Metacritic gave the film a rating of 75/100, based on 31 reviews. Scott A. Gray of Exclaim! Gave the film 8 out of 10, calling it a visually poetic love story with a wry, jaded sense of humor about finding reasons to wake up every night. Callum Marsh of Slant magazine gave it 3 out of 4 stars. Jonathan Romney of Screen International commented that it is Jarmusch's most poetic film since Dead Man. Todd McCarthy of The Hollywood Reporter described the film as the perennial downtown filmmaker's best work in many years, probably since 1995's Dead Man, with which it shares a sense of quiet, heady, perilous passage. Jonathan Hertful of Sci-Fi now wrote that it is Jarmusch's best film since Ghost Dog. Robbie Collin from The Daily Telegraph awarded the film 4 out of 5 stars and praised the performances of Swinton and Hiddleston. In the time-honored Jarmuchian fashion, the few things that happen in Only Lovers Left Alive happen very slowly, but the dialogue is always gloomily amusing, and Swinton and Hiddleston's delivery of the gags is as cold and crisp as footsteps in fresh snow. Jessica Kiang of IndieWire gave the film a B+ grade, saying, "The real pleasure of the film is in its languid droll cool and its romantic portrayal of the central couple, who are now #1 role models in the inevitable event of us turning vampiric." Tim Grierson of Paste noted that Hiddleston and Swinton play their characters not as blasé copyright hipsters but, rather, deeply reflective, almost regretful old souls who seem to have decided that love is about the only thing you can count on. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian gave the film 3 out of 5 stars, pointing that Adam and Eve look more like well-born incestuous siblings in spite of being lovers, while The Observer's Jonathan Romney concluded that the film is a droll, classy piece of cinematic dandyism that makes the Twilight cycle redundant in one exquisitely languid stroke. Kurt Halfyard of Twitch Film commented, "Retro recording equipment hasn't looked this claustrophobically sexy since Berberian Sound Studio." Alfred Joyner of International Business Times felt that the melancholy that permeates Motown in the film could be seen as Jarmusch's take on the loss of America's greatness in the 21st century. Accolades. References. External links. Official website, Only Lovers Left Alive at the Internet Movie Database, Only Lovers Left Alive at Box Office Mojo, Only Lovers Left Alive at Rotten Tomatoes, Only Lovers Left Alive at Metacritic.